to this review of the Decathlon RC500 waterproof membrane jacket. The version I have here is the black one, but it also comes in navy blue. In the UK it retails for £54.99 and this isn't sponsored in any way. I'm not being paid for this review. I didn't buy the jacket for myself, but it was given to me as a birthday present, which is nice, isn't it? I'm going to talk you through the function, fit, features, pros and cons and value for money of this jacket from both here in my bike shed and also out on the road testing it in good and bad weather in over 260 kilometres of riding. Decathlon call this their waterproof membrane jacket, and in the blurb they mention its performance in windy and wet weather. It's a stretchy membrane jacket with taped seams and it has a quality feel in regard to the fabric. So let's test out its functionality out on the road in the rain and the wind. Today's about 7 degrees, probably the warmest weather I've worn it in. I'm not feeling like I'm boiling in the bag at the moment. Several little rain showers just passed through one then. The beauty of this jacket is you can just kind of wipe that rain off the sleeves and it dries really quickly, but that's only in these light kind of showers that I'm getting this morning. As you can see, I'm in much more of a downpour now, and it's not beading on the top anymore, it's kind of saturating into the material, but I can't feel any of the water coming through to my skin underneath at all. Still feels perfectly dry underneath. It's not rubbing off quite as easy as it does in the showers so much, but ultimately still feels dry underneath so far. Morning. We'll see how quickly it dries out, either when the rain stops or when I get to work. I'll hang it out and see just how quickly it all dries off. Worse weather, I'm sure. Morning. Just saw a chap stopped at the side of the road from Bristol South Cycling Club putting his raincoat on. Morning. So the jacket hung in a cold changing room and dried out pretty quickly, in fact, in around 30 to 45 minutes. And after about that amount of time, I'd have been more than happy to put that jacket back on and ride again after that. Oddly enough, in their promo video, Decathlon describe it as a showerproof jacket rather than it being a full-bore rainproof jacket. And I must admit, I'd be much more inclined to agree with that over it being a rain jacket. As for wind cheating capabilities, this is an excellent jacket in that regard. Showerproof and wind cheating, which is a good combo. Now the fit is a bit trickier. I had to order a 2XL to find one that fit. Usually I wear XL or large. I'm used to issues with that with Italian companies, but this is something to be really aware of. I'd definitely size up probably twice above what you'd usually wear. As for the cut, it's a club cut style, which nice narrow tight arms that I'm a big fan of, but much more relaxed in the body. It's also got a good length in both the arms and the torso, and to be honest with you, other than the sizing issues, the cut and the length is excellent. Okay, so it has one single waterproof zipped pocket in the back, which I'm a big fan of. I always going to be wearing my jersey with my spares and gels and phone underneath the jacket like this. So the large pocket allows me to put anything I might need in there with gloves on without too much in the way of faffing. There's also a front chest pocket that initially seemed too small to be useful, but actually it's more than big enough for an iPhone. And this pocket also features a windproof zip and a membrane lined pocket. Speaking of zips, all of them are quality YKK waterproof zips, but I'd prefer a slightly larger tab on the front main zip to make it easier to do up and undo with gloves on. There are reflective accents on the jacket on the chest, back and sleeve, but here's one of the first issues really. Because it's made for the European continental market, the reflective arm and back strips are on the near side for us in the UK, so away from the traffic. The one on the chest isn't really that visible when you're on the drops or even on the hoods, and only oncoming traffic would see it anyway. I'll be honest though, in my opinion, wearing a black or dark navy jacket at night isn't very sensible. So for low light commuting, I always prefer to make sure I'm wearing something far more high vis with much more reliable reflective patterns. But for daytime riding, I always have a front and back flashing light anyway, and I'm more than happy with this jacket to be worn. Sometimes it's nice to ride and not feel like you're collecting the bins, isn't it? One excellent feature, however, is a fluo orange roll-up saddle flap that covers your bum. I have to admit, I think this is a simple and brilliant idea. I love the little features like this that many Decathlon items nearly always seem to include on their products, and it clearly shows that they're designed with real riders' input into their product design. Okay, so pros, really good windproofing, the fluo bum cover and quick drying capabilities are superb, along with a big, easy to use rear pocket. As for the cut, if you get the sizing right with this, it's a really good length and it has really good long torso and arms. In terms of the cons for this jacket, it's not rainproof, it's showerproof. If Decathlon had built it as such, everything would be okay, and it looks like they're a little bit confused in this themselves, as it's referred to as being showerproof elsewhere in their promo. The reflective strips not being on the UK offside and a bigger tab on the main zip would have made life much more simple. In conclusion, this is an excellent value showerproof and windproof jacket with a couple of really cool extra features. If this jacket had another major brand label on it and had a £100 price tag on it, I still think this would be value for money. I'd recommend this jacket for daylight, spring and early autumn rides when there's a cool wind and a chance of showers. Cheers.